Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn and my channel's Making with Marilyn. Now I do all things crafty, but on today's video I'm going to play with some transparent rhinestones, and this is kind of a continuation of my last video. So on my last video I used this product for the first time and I made this design. Now these transparent rhinestones were new to me, and there's two types. These rhinestones are truly just transparent, and so they're going to enhance whatever you put them on. Now these are transparent AB. So they have that beautiful shimmer coating on them, kind of an iridescent shimmer, and these are going to add a different effect. And so what I'm going to do in today's video is I'm going to bling out two Minnie Mouse heads, one with the truly transparent, one with the transparent AB. That way you can see the difference. So the process that I'm going to use is I'm going to sublimate Minnie's head onto this polyester fabric. Then I'll add the rhinestones, and then I'm going to put just a little bit of heat and bond on the back and then attach it to this little zipper purse. Not sure which one I'll use yet, whichever one I like the best. I'm going to use my Cricut Easy Press, and this is the Easy Press 2, which goes up to a high enough heat to sublimate. Now, if you're wondering about these little boxes, I did talk about these on my last video, but basically, the Baby's Booty does a rhinestone buy-in, usually once a month toward the end of the month, and so this is called an ice pick. You get to pick 5 colors of rhinestones. And so, of course, I'll link to her store and her YouTube channel as well. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm heating my Cricut Easy Press 2 up to 385, and I set the time for 45 seconds. So the first thing that I want to do is go ahead and iron these out, get them really nice and flat, and remove any moisture that might be in these. I'm not quite up to temperature, but that's okay. I'm just going to set this on here for 5 or 10 seconds, let it cool down just a little bit, and then I'll add my prints. Now I forgot to mention heat tape. Let me grab that. So in doing this project, I needed to mirror what I printed out. So this is a mirrored version of the outline of Minnie's head. So I cut this regular way, and then I flipped horizontally my image to print it. Then I'm adding just enough heat tape so it doesn't shift around. And then just to protect my pressing mat, I'm just putting some parchment paper under there. You can just use regular copy paper, printer paper. And honestly, I don't think this would go through because this fabric's pretty thick, but just to be safe. Then something on top to keep any ink from going or attaching onto the bottom of my heat press, and then we're ready. You could use a regular heat press. I just didn't want to have to move the camera back and forth, and I wanted you to see every step along the way. Now to press my rhinestones, I'm going to turn that heat down to 350, and I'll set the timer for 12 seconds. All right, let's see how Minnie looks. She looks cute. Now when I printed this image, I went ahead and I put a thin shadow of black around the outside because when I cut this out, and I'm just going to cut this by hand, I wanted to have a little excess black that I would cut off so that I knew there wouldn't be any white showing, because that would show up when I press it to my purse. Okay, so this is the AB coated transparent stone. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool down just for a minute, but when I put these on, these are the transparent AB stones, and then I'll put the transparent stones on Minnie on the right side. Okay, I feel like I have those placed well, so I'm going to heat these, like I said, at 350 for 12 seconds. And then you can go ahead and peel this while it's hot. All right, so let's look at these and talk about the differences. On the transparent ones, you get a glistening effect on top of your fabric. And so you see right through these, so you can still easily see what your design is. You can easily see where the colors are. To me, these clear ones or these transparent ones, these really accentuate what you're working on. Now, by contrast, these are beautiful. They add a ton of bling and they kind of take over what you're working on. And sometimes you want the transparent, sometimes you want the transparent AB. So to me, when I look at this, I love this one. And I know the camera's probably not picking up all of the effect of those, but that's beautiful. This just takes something like this to the next level. This really adds bling. Now, sometimes these are great to use. For example, on my shirt I made, look at that. The AB coated ones were the absolute right choice for this gold. Now in this video, I showed you how I made my decision. I showed you my little test fabric and I had some of each on it. They're both very beautiful. They're very different and they both have their place. So for the GT, I absolutely favored these AB coated transparent ones. But for mini, I think I like this one. Super cute, very shiny, just a different look. Which one do you like? Okay, so since I like this one the best, that's the one that I'll add my heat and bond to the back of. Now heat and bond has two sides. It has a shiny kind of dimply side and then it has a paper side. And actually the shiny side is the adhesive and the paper side, there's adhesive under the paper. So what you do is you take the adhesive side, so the kind of shiny bumpy side, and you put it on the back of what you're going to press. And this makes it where you can iron it on to something else. Now, since that has sublimation ink on it, I want to go ahead and protect my press. Now, first time, I'm just going to press this for about 4 seconds. The instructions say to do, I think it's like 2 seconds. And actually, I should have had it like that. What was I thinking? I think it's still adhered, but now I'll just do a couple seconds. All right, so I'm gonna let this cool down so that I can pick it up. Those rhinestones are super hot. Then with scissors, I'm just gonna cut around the outside edge and then we'll press it to the purse. Now you wouldn't want to do 2 designs and try out both stones. So I am gonna show you what I used for my shirt. I'm waiting for this to cool down anyway, so I might as well, just in case you haven't seen that video or you don't go back and watch it. See, what I did is I put some of the transparent AB on the maroon. I put some of the transparent AB on the gold. Then I put some of the transparent on the gold and some of the transparent on the maroon. And from that, I decided to go with the AB on the gold and the transparent on the maroon just to accentuate it. And there's 14 stones on here, so I wasted 7 stones of each color versus 300. So I would recommend do something like this to make sure you're going to like the outcome. All right, so I'm just going to cut around this. I will fast forward through this. Now I just realized if I love to sew, I should have used some of this fabric and made my own little pouch or purse. Then I could have had a really cute pink background, and then Mickey's ears wouldn't just blend in with the purse. But with the rhinestones on his ears, you're still going to see them. Okay, so the next step is go ahead and peel off the back of that heat and bond. I guess I could have done that before I cut it, but I kind of like cutting with the back on. All right, so I'm just going to place this somewhere. Actually, let me clean the purse. And then since the zipper's bulky, I'm going to have that off the edge of my pressing pad. That way I can get good pressure. Now, do I want to give this to my great niece or do I want to keep this myself? I know what I want to do, but I know what I should do. All right, so I'm just going to heat that for about 8 more seconds and then we're done. Now just look at Minnie. Isn't she cute? And you have the little sparkle on there, but you still clearly see Minnie, all the colors, where the colors start and end. This is a great product to add to my collection. So thanks again, and until my next video, bye-bye. All right, y'all, full disclosure, my heat and bond was not fully attached, so I went ahead, heated it from the front some, flipped it over, heated it from the back, and now it's good.